We are live from the living lands. Alright. We got our two Nim Doots. We're ready to roll. So, ooh. What you got hiding in your bedroom, boy? Bedroom key. The Valian breastplate. Let's get the Valian breastplate. %. Oh, that's mine. Plus 2 damage reduction, plus 1 additional damage reduction, plus 20% move speed? Is it drippy? It's... it's definitely something. It's definitely a look. I don't know how I feel about the tassels. It's very, I guess it's like historically accurate, you know, with the big billowy pants and the tassels. Like it's very, mercenary of that era, but interesting. Also interesting that we confirmed here, right? That we're gonna continue rocking this because it's drippier. It's worse, but it's drippier. I'm gonna read this man's journal, but I'm gonna steal literally everything in his house. These old bathtubs. What was I saying? Oh, it's interesting to confirm, right? Because we have a superb quality weapon, right? So that confirms my theory that weapon rarity and
Is this the governor's mother?
Jesus.
Blessed as shame.
She's got the Dream Scourge, brother. Hold on. Everybody hold what they got. Okay, let's finish up our thoughts. First thought. We have a superb weapon. We do not have superb armor, but the armor we just picked up is exceptional, which means that the rarity here are in fact separate, right? And I had stated that earlier as a theory. I hadn't confirmed it, but that just confirms it. Now, we got a bedroom key upstairs. We came down here, we unlocked this door. This is the mother of the governor, and she 110,000% has the Dream Scourge. Look at her eyes. Look at the mushrooms growing on her face. And that's why he's so combative about discovery of things. And taking the Dream Scourge seriously, right? That's why he's all like, it's not that big of a deal, because he can't admit that his mom has it, right? So he's trying to cover it up. Before he left us, your father was a proud, stubborn, wonderful man. Let me offer you a word of advice on his behalf. To those who rule with power... Sorry, those who rule with power are destined to be overthrown by power. Those who rule with heart are destined to be cherished long after they are gone. I can feel the fog drifting back over my thoughts. Goodbye, Ignacy. Hopefully not for long. Shimmering wings, gnashing teeth, chew through the dirt. Where are my hands, Ignacy? Where are my hands? My hands, my hands, my hands. Yikes. Not good.
Oh, my Maxim. At least it's finally at peace. Ignacy, no darkness. Only color, Maxim. Where did you go? Teeth dancing in and out of my mouth. My hands. My hands. Sharp talent. Maxim. Where did you go?
Do you think the Dream Scourge is like a because because it seems very obvious that they have some kind of hive mind thing, right? Like when you encounter people with the Dream Scourge, a lot of times they'll say like things in unison, right? Like they'll cry out like there he is, but they're all like in unison say it. Like if you're fighting 5 dudes, they'll all say it at the same time. I was wondering if perhaps the Dream Scourge is like a Lovecraft had like a great race of beings, of intelligent life, that would move between other intelligent species and then live their life out until the extinction of that race, and then they would bounce to the next intelligent life form. And I'm wondering if that's kind of what's going on, is like this entity that's in our head doesn't have a physical body. They're trapped in this in-between. And the Dream Scourge is them trying to manifest physical form in the world, whether that's intentional or not, right? They're trying to manifest a physical form, and therefore it's corrupting the bodies of these people. And that's why they're like, where are my hands? Because like it's them losing that sensation because the entity is taking it over. That's one potential theory on what's happening here. We'll find out more, but that's my thought.
Consider yourself a guest.
Yeah. Let's talk about your mom, brother. Oh, I can ask him a ton of shit.
I knew I heard someone snooping about. And you have the gall to confront me like a common criminal. This conversation is over. That is not a topic for discussion. I'll hear no more of this. You go about your business, and I'll go about mine. My mother is very sick. What a disgrace. Among other things, the Steel Garrote persecute animancers. They love nothing more than to unravel everything we've built here. Tell me, what's your interest in this matter? You have a good mind for strategy. Thank the gods it's being used to our benefit. I'll be sure to have a word with Captain Asierno about our security. I appreciate the warning. If more adherents were like you, maybe we wouldn't have to worry about the Steel Garrote. The Steel Garrote? Here? Well. Apparently nature is not the only foe in Emerald Stair. Worse, my rangers turned a blind eye to it. Satisfy my curiosity. Why am I hearing this from the Adiran envoy? Don't you and the Steel Garrote share the same master? For my sake, I'm glad to hear it. Take this with my gratitude. And let us pray this is the last we've seen of the Steel Garrote. No one is denying that the Living Lands is a dangerous frontier. Take Fior Mesiverno. This city has fought a war of attrition since the day my father laid the first stone. You saw for yourself what's happened to the Delamgan in recent years. We have always persisted, and nothing will change that. Nothing. Oh, it's far from perfect, but it's ours. I know the Living Lands must seem wild and untamed to one so accustomed to the comforts of court. Some of us have the distinction to call this place home, sharp edges and all. We can outlast the wilderness. The short answer is yes, I'm aware. And I've tolerated it, up to a point. We are a community of animancers. Among other things, we have a healthy respect of the dead. I have no wish to anger the departed, but then again, my first responsibility is to the living. The dead have a strong connection to the beyond, and therefore animancy. They can make our work very, very difficult. Best not to upset them.
This guy, he's got He's got a host of problems. I think Kai's read of the situation earlier when we first met him was right. That he's the commanding officer who will lead you into an ambush because he won't admit his maps are wrong, right? Yeah. Like, his head is so far up his own ass that he just cannot see the light of day. But it is what it is. Where the hell am I going? Stop where you are. The Castell family laboratory is closed to the public and hazardous to life. Nothing in here is worth dying for. There is no research or renown to be discovered. Only a danger we still do not understand, which may yet linger even in the absence of life. Interesting. It's important that you understand my parents were the greatest animancers who ever lived, and they did not leave this place the way they entered. What happened to them can happen to you.
Don't know what I expected, but this isn't it.
Haven from the blight. Who grows here?
To Giada I leave my mother's amulet, the only piece of the Valian Republic I took from home. My one condition is that she wears it as a reminder that we all come from somewhere. May she find comfort in a chain that binds the present to the past. I leave her also the house, the laboratory, and our inventions, yes, all of them, with no conditions or expectations to weigh her down. Forgive us. This is about Barath. This is the twin to God, right? The god of death who comes both as the usher and the pallid knight. Arthur insists I write something down in case the worst should come to pass, but what inheritance do I have to offer? This is the mother. What legacy do I have? I took no possessions from the homeland. I took nothing but my ambition and my mistakes. The ink is blotched. Someone tapped their pen. To Giada I leave my unshakable resolve, the determination to see her plans through to the bitter end, and the presence of my mind to remember what is important. Leave her all of my best qualities, or let her have all of my best qualities. Should the experiment fail, I won't need them anymore. Not where I'm going. So they knew whatever this experiment was going to be. So this is about gift bearers, and gift bearers are the priests of Andra, who's the god of the sea, who take things to the sea. Cordella's right, of course. We could refine the phantasmal focus for the rest of our lives, or we could put it to good use. So why do I have such doubts? Our plans have always been to tinker with natural order, but nature is not orderly in the living lands. If we poke too hard at nature, who's to say something won't poke back at us? Hold on. Before we go any further, do you think their experiment is what loosened the lock, so to speak, of the entity that we have, right? Because the entity was in a cage. Like, she said that when she's spoken in the dreams and when we died, right? Who's to say something won't poke back at us? Makes me think that, like, they did some serious prodding at the nature of essence in the living lands, and my entity poked back, is my current thought. Maybe that's wrong. But that's my current thought. You spend too much time in the privacy of your lab. I know words were exchanged and more than one ego was bruised after that incident in the workshop, but the damage is superficial. Our community is ready to welcome you back with open arms. Okay, so basically they had an argument with Q Dude. I can't think of his name right now. It was written there, but I definitely didn't read it. Yeah, hey. Remember what I said about loosening the key to my entity? I mean, there's a tree growing in the basement. Ah, dude. Okay. The device should not work, and yet it does. Therein lies the problem. Theory and reality are in conflict, and to succeed without comprehension is worse than failure. I have learned nothing. A coder's nightmare, right? I have learned nothing and can assume nothing about the limitations of this invention, which frightens me almost as much as Cordella's insistence that we keep going. All I know is the device tapped into something. I believed it was the essence of the living lands. What if I'm wrong? What if it's several paragraphs have been violently scoured from the page? Have we transgressed so far into the unknowable that we are blind to the grave we dug ourselves? I must make preparations for Giada's future. So Maxim was the previous governor. Arthur, do you have everything you need? After Cordella's outburst at the workshop, they retreated into their private lab, which is perfectly fine. So the governor was trying to pull them back into the community. Arthur's been quiet lately, so I know he's worried about the experiment. He thinks the island will object to our interference if such a thing were possible. Clearly, our daughter is cut from my side of the family. I can't wait to teach her everything we've learned. With any luck, Giada will be as wild and audacious as the forces at play around her. You see what I'm saying? Whatever they did here, like, look at the amount of growth.
I feel pretty certain that those people aren't supposed to be plants.
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's her dad. And that's her mom. That's why she was so shocked to see our face, right? Because like Giada's initial reaction to seeing our face was like way more severe than a lot of other.
Guys, we can leave now, right?
Poor Giada.
A lot of other people,
To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
right? Like a lot of people have seen the face and been like, "Oh my god," right? But like she saw it and she had like almost. She was stopped in her tracks. This is why your character can look almost just like this, right? You can have a bark face and the tree roots and the tree branches growing from your head. Like, I wish you could make your character look almost exactly. I wish I could be full bark, you know? I'm trying to be a tree walking around. Anyway. Yeah. That's exactly what happened. I bet they did nudge my entity.
Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giada's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So
Yeah.
they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods, I can't believe this.
Damn, man. Fuck.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they
Yep.
still there?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't have the words. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing. My mother had an idea about how to use the essence of the living lands, and it destroyed her. My father, our family.
I've heard that story too many times. This land takes more than it gives.
So I swore an oath. No one could enter the lab until I understood what happened. I'm on the right track to figuring it out, which is almost as good. Enough about me. Let's worry about you for a change. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way. Don't worry. It's more durable than it looks. Kind of like me. The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar. And I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us. We used it to study the Adra pillar. Then some priests moved in and took offense at our work. I hope they haven't tampered with the equipment, or this will be a very short experiment. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety. That was not my finest hour. I was so angry. Mistakes were made. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, I don't want there to be any mistakes.
Sounds good. I need to do some hunting anyway.
Once we're all together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off.
Jenna uses animancy to understand the world around her. The science of souls remains controversial. She believes the untapped essence of the living lands can and should be put to good use. She wants to prove her convictions by supporting the party in battle armed with the phantasmal focus. She is using it as a weapon. Oh, fascinating. Companions, Giata. Let's get your passives going. Heal enemies, or sorry, Jesus Christ, heal allies by a small amount. Revive incapacitated. Yeah, that's pretty good. Temporary health allies are already maximum health. She's a healer. Reconstruction increases healing. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, she's really a healer. Look at that. Gotcha. Okay. The more you know. We got our passive stuff up. And the passive stuff is really what... I'm not going to reuse her fucking abilities to her maximum. So the passive stuff's really what I care about. Let's check with...
Ado! Well, welcome back.
Are you selling anything before we leave? I might want... Nope. Sick. Alright. Good check with these other merchants. You just sell the talent, okay. Not really worth buying, because the next area is gonna have the upgrades for that, and even then, I think I'm doing all right as far as what I have. Level up though. Oh my god. What am I doing? What am I doing? I want to get the reload gun. Damn. The reload gun in the back pocket thing. That'll be a next level thing, but it seems really nice. Seems really useful. You know? Let's get the elixir resolve going. I'm selling a Wicked Audra. I'll buy one. Why not? Why not? A little of this and a little of that, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Let's go to the camp up in Naku Tedek. Oh, hold on. You got any outfits? Look at that. Talk about drip. Honestly, she's the only one so far whose obsidian collection looks better. Like, her obsidian collection looks fucking dope. Versus the Aura collection. I'm gonna rock the obsidian for her. Yeah, dude. You look so sick.
I hope no one minds. I made myself at home.
Don't mind at all. It's good to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, Giada.
Let's see. A few things about me. I enjoy long conversations, and my favorite season is autumn. Apparently, I also snore, which annoys some people.
So do I. Glad it won't just be me now. We should pitch our tents on either side of Marius. The drone really helps him sleep.
Right, that's me. And the first rule of camp is never listen to Kai. He's a blessed Nimdude of the highest order.
If anyone needs their soul tinkered on, don't hesitate to ask. I'm rather good with souls.
I'll take your word for it.
It's weird to me that you could tinker on souls in this world. You know what I mean? That's just a weird what a weird thing. To have. All right, we got 2 corrupted Audra, so not enough, but still nice. All right, Marius is gonna say.
Boy, hard to imagine what Giada's going through right now, with her parents and all that. I mean, I have no idea what actually happened there, but she lost her people. She'll need time to get past that, and she deserves it. Right. Changing the subject. Right. I'm sure you'll find it absolutely. Go ahead. As you know, Kai and I have worked together in the past. It's a blessed miracle he never got me killed. Honestly, he's a good guy. A bit too quick to ask questions for my taste, but Kai's good enough. Tell him I said that I'll cut a hole in your water skins. if I must.
Thank you again for letting me join you. An animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an animancer feels different without Fior Mesiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. It'll take some getting used to, that's for sure. At least now I have a place I can call my own. Believe me, that's plenty. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous?
With any luck.
Well, I never expected to live forever. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself, among other things. When you need me, I'll be ready. I hope so, anyway.
We'll talk
Thanks
more.
for talking.
Oh, she's got more to talk about.
Is it true you had a relationship with Inquisitor Ludwig?
She wasn't undead at the time.
Perhaps not, but still. It's quite a choice on your part. A romantic evening with the Inquisitor? I can't even picture it. Must have been like lying down with a bear trap.
Unpleasant, full of dark promises.
I stand corrected. There's something sad about an Inquisitor hiding their true nature. I cannot pity her for it. Every day we choose what we are, and every day she chooses poorly. If I must.
Good God.
I can't believe it. Ranger Dorsal, a traitor to Fior Mesiverno. Shame we had to kill her. But at least now she can't hurt anyone else. The damage is contained, more or less. Sounds like something Inquisitor Ludwig would say. And for once, she wouldn't be wrong. Still, it's a shame. Dorso gave up on the dream of Fior Mesiverno. Blamed animancers for the problems we tried to solve. And I hate to see anyone lose hope. That's all for now.
Is
If I
that all?
must.
Jesus.
Between the two of us, thank you for helping Yatsli reach that vase. Maybe it seems like nothing to you, but to her it's everything. When you consider how many Orlans and dwarves there are, it's outrageous that we build so high off the ground. She's very special to me. Don't let her size fool you. On the inside, Yatsli stands as tall as a mountain. One of these days, she's going to change the world, shake things up. And I'll be at her side, grinning like a fool. Anyway, thanks again. Pleasant dreams. I wonder if I packed enough gear. No matter. We'll make...
Alright.
Not before I've done some reading.
Thank God. That was a lot of dialogue to catch up on, y'all. Holy shit. Alright. Where's the camp stash? Let's throw that in there. I am consistently curious about this ring. I'm gonna keep it in my pocket. I'll just keep it. Just gonna keep it right there. These are honestly not as good as I want right now. I think one dexterity would be more useful. Just because I kind of dumped dexterity skill-wise. 100% critical damage, and yeah, I think that's what we want to rock.
I wish you could have seen Emerald Stair in better times.
What was it like? I've only passed through a few times over the years.
The evenings were cool. Fish leaped into our nets. Emerald Stair was everything.
Pleasant and abundant. Sounds like
right
the
back.
fables
I'm gonna
old
leave this
trenchers used
there
to
just in
tell
case
about
they keep
Deadfire.
talking, so y'all can listen. I'll be right back.
Paradise. What is it you like so much about ghost stories, Giada?
Well, ghost stories are how we confront our fears. How we explore and define them in a safe environment.
Don't they give you nightmares? The chills? After I hear a ghost story, I can't stop imagining something behind every strange noise or stray breeze.
Of course, but telling a story gives you power over it. You get to choose when to hold back and when to be merciless.
Guess I'm more comfortable with things I can see. And shoot, if needed.
An animancer has to grow comfortable with the unknown. But that would be challenging for a soldier.
And a sailor. When you spend months at the mercy of the sea, and whatever's in it, you learn a healthy fear of the unknown.
Can't say I blame you. I'm brave enough to tinker on souls, but the ocean? No thank you. Leave me out of it. Would you ever consider using animancy at sea?
Nope. Too unpredictable.
But surely you see the potential. It could improve navigation, lighting, and even fishing.
And the last thing you want is your navigator hearing voices, or your hull catching fire when one of those devices messes up.
Where's your spirit of adventure?
Alive to tell the tale, thank you.
Kai, have you ever met a marine godlike? One of Andra's children?
Ngati's children, as they're called in Deadfire. I've heard stories, but never met one. They're rare everywhere, but revered among the Wana.
I've always wanted to study one up close, but they're a slippery bunch.
Why are you so interested?
Purely academic reasons.
They did talk a lot, huh? 'Cause I just got back and sat down.
Marius, what do you know about
They're
snake
still talking.
bites?
All there is to know. What bit you?
I don't know. It just slithered out of my bedroll.
Listen to me, this is very important. Was its head flat or round?
Hard to say. Kind of star-shaped?
Okay. After it bit you, did it hold on or let go?
It held on and left a bruise in the shape of an eye.
You're in luck. That's an onlooker worm snake. Harmless, though legend says they're emissaries of WoW.
Wow. The god of mysteries and illusions sent me a snake?
Be glad it wasn't a shimmering dream beast. Those are nasty.
Well, the venom won't kill you, but you'll have some interesting nightmares.
Nightmares I can deal with. But I wonder what it all means. Oh well. Perhaps I'm not meant to know. Thank you, Marius. I feel a lot better.
Don't mention it.
Did they not glow in the light? Her parents, her sentinels. To grow and flourish still, life without rot, form without death. lake dries, prune the bellflowers. Why should anything wilt? Endless spring, they breathe, they flower, they will never fade. They sing in peace. Was it not worth the change? Do we not? The bear would have spent its days in the wood. They are strong now, vibrant, better than their frail shells. More than alive, no suffering, no end. Sleep now, dream of beauty and new life. We will speak soon.
All right.
Have you spoken to Alfonso? He seems in a low spirits.
You didn't hear? Someone desecrated the shrine.
Oh,
Ah, 2 awakened Audra. Purchase. Why not? 5 lockpicks. Purchase. We could sell a common pistol.
could we not just move the machines out of the way? If you touch any of my equipment, the
In we go. Tanaku to deck. Oh. Yeah, I understand suddenly. That's a huge fucking chunk of odd. Oh, there's a quest in here. Oh, shit. I didn't know you could walk in here.
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar.
I killed you, my lord. Walls. Yes, we have been here.
This is a
Please,
side
my
quest.
friend, you can take what you want from the shrine. Just don't break anything.
Who are you?
So he was working alone. Forgive me. These are difficult times for a man of faith. While I was at prayer, a bandit held a knife to my throat and stole the reliquary of Saint Widewin. Just look at me. Gods, I'm still shaking. Avoid the glade west of here. The bandit spared my life, but he could see a godlike as a threat. If you find him, please, no more bloodshed. Vengeance will not make this right.
No, but it might make me feel better.
Still fighting over Widewin. Perhaps the Saints' War never ended after all.
This doesn't sound like any of the grave robbers I know. Not that I know any grave robbers.
A saint's relic. Where would you even fence something like that?
Well, Here we are on the precipice of discovery, armed and ready for mischief.
I'm 2 out of 3 anyway.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about?
Yeah, hopefully about what's going on with this entity.
We'll get to that and more, I promise. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the Dream Scourge to show its ugly face. This is no time for hesitation. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Like I could go for some pie.
Shit. All right, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Are you sure about this?
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine. We twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door? Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless.
Indeed.
Hold on to that feeling. We might need it again. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it.
Interesting.
We can discuss our feelings later. Right now, I need answers. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction.
I wonder
I
if
hate
her
to say
parents
it,
were
but
like,
we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent. Trap or no trap, I didn't come all this way just to give up. After you.
But we gotta see what's down there now.
what was I gonna say? I was gonna say that I wonder if her
Gods.
parents are like
Did you open that door?
the most progressed version of the Dream Plague, right? Like the Dream
Did not
Plagues.
bring us here to explore. Clearly, something wants to be found.
Does this
Ultimate
feel
goal
like the start of
is
a
to turn people into
cautionary
plants.
campfire tale to anyone else?
I wonder, did you open the door? Or did the door open for you?
Yeah.
Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When was the last time anyone walked these passages? It must have been centuries. No, millennia. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk more once we reach the bottom.
Sorry, it cracked me up so much that she was like, you know, nobody's been here in centuries, and I immediately step on that piece of pottery and break it. Like, wait, can she do
Charge
that?
it up. Just a little spark.
Oh, dude. we are set now. Because she can do all the electric shit, and Kai can do all the fire shit. I need some ice to get up there. Oh, there's some right there. Perfect. Whoops. Nice. Interesting.
I wager those
So we would.
artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a closer look at camp.
So we wouldn't have been able to even complete that effigy without doing this far to the main quest. That's interesting to me. So, to my understanding, the Adra pillar is the pillar of eternity in the title Pillar of Eternity.
Little power goes a long way. Charge it up.
Coming in hot.
Is this the fucking killer acid shit? It is. God damn it.
No, the knife that pierces in the dark.
Whatever
What
this
the
is,
fuck are
at least
you?
it's dead. 2 points for the godless, none for the abominations.
What are you? Are you like an automaton? Are you made out of metal? Interesting. Can you freeze? Grenade. I have. Can you freeze this? Oh, you sure can.
Watch your head. There's a trap right over
Oh my god.
Let's finish.
Why are you being electrocuted? What's going on here? Shoot. Oh, I missed again!
Another win, but who's counting?
Beautiful. Life into death. To think it survived all these years.
It's surprisingly colorful. Not sure what I expected.
We've seen godless architecture before, but I've never seen godless art until now. Just imagine how much has been lost. We should keep moving. I don't mean to slow us down.
Interesting.
Just a little
Very
spark.
interesting.
Little power goes a long way.
So is that an Adra pillar in the middle? Must be, right? The color's right. But then there's like fire. It's like a Adra volcano, is what it looks like. And then you have birth, growth, and then eventually death, return to... Is that... You think that's our entity there? Or do you think that's just the death of the individual?
I would not go swimming if I were you. Unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it. With the help of some ice.
Oh, that's how shit's getting electrified. And trip it over like... Yeah, there's some pressure plate right there. I just hit twice. So why is she saying not to go swimming? Jesus, that's why. Can I? You cannot imbibe things underwater. So I will die. Down here, potentially. Potentially not. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Look at us, the best. Just poison me like that. Where's the grog at? Brother. There we go.
Charge it up. Just a little spark.
Oh ho! Grave robbing. Pack mule's burden plus 25% carry capacity. Alright, so whenever we get over encumbered. 25% or just 25? Plus 25, okay. If we ever get over encumbered, that is the way. This is just a secret room, huh? I had a feeling there was something under the water when she was all like, don't go into the water, you know. Like, might die. I was like, there's got to be something under the water. There was. There was this whole secret room with the pack mule's burden. So now we gotta swim all the way back. Which, I mean, this dude's got amazing lung capacity. Talk about fucking hold your lung for a long time. Hold your breath, rather. Okay, more goodies.
What in the name of Aora is that?
You, think it's sleeping?
I've never seen anything like it before. I don't believe it's a statue. No, this was alive once. And the people who lived here were terrified of it.
This also gives me eternal vibes from ooh, it's not an automaton, that's flesh under there. Look. Anyway, it gives me eternal vibes from Divinity. I've said several times that the game reminds me of Divinity. I wonder if Pillars of Eternity is kind of like Divinity, Original Sin 2. So anyway, this gives me huge similar vibes to that, right? With the multi-faced, horn-faced kind of vibe. It feels very eternal. It feels very Faney.
We're going to die down here, aren't we? Have
Probably.
a good run.
Take your best shot.
A lot of parries. It's hard to tell like what is an attack to this thing.
Nicely done. Come on, come on!
All right. That was rough. I wonder if this is what came and burned us, the godless. Right, because the entity said she had a dream of fire and a memory of fire and ash, right? I wonder if those are the creatures that that burned the godless. All right. That health potion is not going to help him. He's too far gone for that to work. What the hell?
You're having fun. Ready to make an entrance?
Can't even get down there. Clever things must have their own. I'll say it.
Oh shit.
Watch your flank!
That was embarrassing.
Gather round!
Left flank!
There you are. Oh, you suck, dude! The easiest boss I fought
If there are
yet.
any monsters left, show yourselves. Some of us have work. Work to do. I guess that means the
So
coast
this-
is clear. Let's have a look at the outer.
This is the bottom of the Adra pillar, okay. The base, rather. So, yeah. So, that's interesting to me that Pillars of Eternity means these Adra pillars. That's cool. I might rather play a Pillars of Eternity game.
The Adra.
We've backed the Dream Scourge into a corner. I say we pin it down here and now, before it wriggles away from us. The Godless erected many important sites around Pillars of Adra, though I can't speak to their motives. The last time we tried this, you felt something, yes? Maybe it had to do with your godlike nature. Try making contact with the Adra this time. It could only help. The effect should be stronger than before. Brace yourself.
You are here.
Whoa.
You who bring us kind words and soothing thoughts. We welcome you. The mourners are gone now. Only the memories remain.
I just had a thought now that I'm actually looking at it. You know, that it's not just an entity of light. That it's real, that it's in front of me, right? And how it looks. The fact that it's made out of buildings, right? Like it's got architecture on its head, and you know what I mean? Like they're on its shoulder, and there's trees, and it's huge, right? This entity's huge. And the godless were supposed to not have any gods. And it always talks about itself in a plural sense. We. And its voice even has like the master from Fallout 1 kind of thing, where it's androgynous, but it's also like a mixture of multiple voices layered on top of itself. So it makes one tone. Excuse me. And that makes me think that potentially the godless people, a la Eternals from Divinity, I keep saying that, right? It makes me think the godless people ascended and became this one form. This is all of the godless people as one entity. Maybe. We'll see how this goes. And that we are godlike of this creature, amalgam, right? Because we ended up with the soul of a godless. And that's why we have those memories of being these heroes, right? And that's why all of its memories, these ancient memories, are all godless memories. And that it's causing the Dream Scourge. Dude, that's my current theory. We'll see how it happens as we continue this conversation now. Now that I'm actually able to see it, right? That it's mostly made out of earth and pottery and architecture, right? It's different than what I thought it was going to be.
Lonely, yes. None have asked after us in so long. We open to you as a bud before the sun. We once belonged to the green and the wild. A people lived there once. They loved us as we loved them. They brought their dead to us. We used to dip our fingers, wade in the confluence of souls.
Yeah, the godless did have a god.
We felt the thrill of their wonder. We basked in their desire to know us. They brought their prayers to us. We answered.
Okay, so my thought about the synthesis was wrong. My original thought, before the synthesis thought, my original thought of them being the god of the godless is correct. Was correct. Right? Okay.
We do not remember how we grew. Our eyes opened. We were the earth, the sky, many into a whole. We touched the mountains and they molded to our fingerprints. The Akita twined around us. They sang in awe of what we made. They called us the gardener, steward of life. Sapadal.
Sapadal, your divine patron and the god of the living lands. Imprisoned and alone, they rattle the bars of their cage and cry for the help that only you, their godlike, can provide. Yeah, that's so cool. So I was on the right thread from the beginning of the game, right? The entity is our god, but they are an ancient god who is locked away. I'm curious if the other gods locked them away, right, to prevent worship. Yeah. I'm your godlike.
Our spark found you when you dreamed in the womb. Godlike, they said. But we have felt in you the seed of connection. We have sought you, called to you. And you reach back. We have not known the joy of companionship in so long. No, we do desire our freedom, yes, but we also wish to know you. Can two shoots not spring from the same seed? Find us, free us. The rot that festers seeps into us as well. Our cage is far from here, buried in the garden, beyond the poison sea.
The garden is the mythical location. Yeah. Sapadal.
Would that we knew. Our jailers gave us no explanation. But perhaps the ancients who were beloved to us, perhaps they can quiet the questions in your mind. Go to the halls of the Tabaru Sanakis. We will try to explain. Those who cherish us, the chosen of the Akita, wait there. They will show you the way to the garden, to our prison.
The Tabaru Senakis are the mythical beings, right? Yeah, the ancient guardians of the living lands, born as godlikes and viewed with special purpose. The memories we've been finding in the game are the memories of the Tabaru Senakis, right? Okay, so this is also interesting. So Dream Scourge. Potentially there's a different thread that I haven't been following, because Dream Scourge manifests as mushrooms, right? And mushrooms manifest on rot. So you think back to if you played Dark Souls 3 in the DLC of Ashes of Ariandel, it swaps the fire versus dark to fire versus rot, right? To better symbolize the struggle, the binary effect of that world in a physical location. It was easier to show you the rot than it was to show you the dark in this painting. And that maybe the painter Ariandel, maybe he painted it as rot to show you how dark manifests in the world. So she is afflicted, this entity Sapadal is afflicted by the Dream Scourge because the Dream Scourge is a rot? Question mark?
We will cleanse this rot with you once our hands are unbound.
Or she's lying.
In the garden, we twine, we await. First, let us offer you a sliver of our power, a boon to help you survive and find us. Will you accept it? We offer you gifts any would covet, and you search them for rot? You are our kin, the seed of our soul. We would see you avoid our fate. We would see you survive.
This is very interesting. It's very interesting. It's cool that I was on the right track from the beginning, though. That she's the god of the godless, right? And I wonder where they went. I wonder where the godless people went. Interesting. Oops, wrong button. This button.
With our blessing. Now hurry to the halls of the Tabaru Senakis. Bind us. Free us.
I wonder if the acceptance of the power is going to be kind of like the Mind Flayer powers with Baldur's Gate 3, where the more that you accept the power of the Mind Flayer, the harder it is to reject the transformation later in the game. Guy's so tall, I can't even see him.
You're awake. Finally. We really pushed the phantasmal focus to its limits.
You were out a long time. We gotta start bringing pillows.
For a second there, I thought... Actually, never mind what I thought. Something like that. While you were out, I got some clear readings of the Dream Scourge. I've tracked its origin to the center of the living lands, somewhere deep in the untouched wilderness. You've heard of it. Fascinating. Maybe someone knows about this garden of yours. If we find the garden, we can cut off the Dream Scourge at its source. I hesitate to bring it up, but you were muttering while you were out. Had quite a lot to say. Whatever you were communing with, it had a spiritual energy I've encountered before, though only in traces. It must be connected to the Dream Scourge. Perhaps they share a similar origin. Yes, Sapadal. Who are they? What are they to you? Excuse me? Sapadal is a god? But that's impossible. How could we have missed this? A trapped. And you spoke to them
I didn't
through
mean to
the
skip that, my
Adra.
bad.
Maybe that tells us something. Not the Adra itself, but how it comes together. We've long theorized that all Adra is connected, but that changed when Animancers came to the Living Lands. The Adra here is severed from the rest of Eora, connected only to itself, or so we believe. If Sapadal speaks and works through Adra, then the Living Lands is their prison, their tomb. Now that is a tall order. We know the Dream Scourge is coming from this garden of yours. Maybe Sapadal can help us fight it.
I got a headache just thinking about it. And I'm not the one with the god knocking around in there.
The real question is, where do I start?
The halls of Tobacco
Doesn't ring a
Sanakis.
bell, but maybe someone's heard of it before. We'll find the source of the Dream Scourge in the garden, but we have to find the garden first.
Then that's where we start.
Let's return to Fior Mesiverno. Banished or not, maybe I can squeeze a few answers out of my colleagues. Gods, I don't know. The farms, the community, my research, they all depend on animancy. But the Dream Scourge is the end of animancy, the end of the Living Lands as we know it. We should leave this place and its memories. There's nothing more for us here.
Finding a secret entrance and discovering a new god. Not bad for a day's work.
Wait. We smell the musk of war. We hear the clash of steel. We were sure they came. Was it the past?
I lost you for a second there. Something the matter? I don't like the sound of that. Let's go. You take the lead.
Come on. There's a way up those stairs.
So the mourners that she spoke of were,
A little power goes a long way. Charge it up. Just a little spark. A little power goes a long way.
the mourners the Sapadal was speaking of are the ones who were dancing on the Adra pillar, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Charge it up. Just a little spark.
Oh, it all opens this door. Gotcha. Okay, there's some goodies in here. Yep, some awakened Adra. Cool. Alright. Okay, so...
There is such a thing as learning too much. The mortal mind can only take so many revelations at a time. What?
Oh, I thought she was done talking. Whoops.
Oh my god. No!
Andra's debts. This was no accident.
Fuck. All right.
What happened? Who
Ludwig.
did this? The city's under attack. Come, there isn't a moment to waste. We won't learn anything standing here. I just hope Quilici is all right. I can't believe
Your
this.
extinguishers
Everything's
saved
considered.
your Messerverno
Messy
from
Verno
being
looks
raised.
undamaged. Surprising when you consider the state of our defenses. Whoever started this fight didn't come prepared to finish it. I will be happy to oblige them. Someone made a dangerous enemy today.
We'll fight them with
So-
you, Giada.
They break, they bind us.
So, this is interesting. Oh, we never went in there, but fuck it. We ain't got time for that shit now. So we saved Fjord Messerverno from being raised. So, if we didn't find those steel garrote motherfuckers in that cave and massacre them just on sight,
My
like
people
we did
settled
last time,
these lands in the name of freedom. It took 50 years. Our oppressors put up to us.
they would have
Hate
destroyed
me
this
sometimes.
I couldn't
city.
agree
Would
with
have
you
gone.
more.
Again and again they strike.
They're trying to destroy the Adra. Is that what's happening? Yep. Steel garrote. Another fight. Damn.
Leave the clean kill.
Here we go!
Bravo! Take it. Let's set out. We've tarried long enough.
Okay, so the Rangers did a good job defending here. I wonder if these interactions are different if we didn't massacre the Steel Garrote. If instead of meeting Rangers along the road, we meet Steel Garrote.
There's the city. Thank goodness. It's good to see home again.
Envoy, over here. I see you avoided the carnage. A few of your countrymen, well, let's say they didn't know any better.
You may have beaten us today, but it's only a matter of time before Emerald Stair bends the knee.
Shut up already.
All right,
Since
Game
the
of
two of you
Thrones.
are kin, I thought maybe you could help squeeze some information out of him. Mind you, there's no need to literally squeeze it out of him. Unless you think that would help. What we know is this. The Steel Garrote marched on Emerald Stair. We're pretty sure they wanted to set us to the torch.
And you taught them the error of their ways. Well done.
Just doing my job, same as you. What I don't understand is why they came unprepared. Few soldiers, and even fewer supplies. If the Steel Garrote wanted to start a fire, they sure didn't pack a lot of firepower.
I killed their
Was
reinforcements.
you?
Well, that's one question down. I'm sure the governor will want to thank you himself. As for our friend here,
It doesn't matter what you do to me. The living lands will be brought to heel.
now listen. I am a patient man. But if you don't give us some answers, the envoy here is going to rip you in half.
I've done it before.
See what I'm talking about?
Your threats are wasted, Kerr. I have nothing to hide. Inquisitor Ludwig gave the order to march on Fjord Messiverno. She doesn't care about the land. She cares about its people. Emerald Stair's on the precipice of disaster. Crops have failed, the townsfolk are defiant, and it's only gotten worse.
I fail to see how attacking my city helps the situation.
The coast is the only habitable corner in the living lands. We can unite as one people, or let the wilderness take us. What choice do we have? Tradition led this place to its doom. Better that it burn, and the people start again.
That is, without a doubt, the worst justification for a war crime that I have ever heard.
Speaking from experience, people don't usually unite as one after you've attacked their home.
Ludwig tried to hasten the inevitable. Nothing more.
Ah, now that is what I call a thorough confession. What do you want to do with him? As an adherent, I trust you know how to handle it. By the book? I'll
Execute him.
see to it myself. One clean cut. Then again, I am known to be a little clumsy with an axe.
I say we give his body to Elia. Make him a revenant. Or worse.
Maybe that's taking it a bit too far. Thanks, Envoy. If I know the Burn Queen, she won't mind if we enjoy our vengeance a little.
If the Steel Garrote want justice, this is what it looks like.
Let's make sure we're long gone by then.
You have made a terrible enemy.
You did right by us. Thank you, Envoy.
Envoy, I owe you my gratitude, and perhaps an apology. They tell me you're the reason our city is standing. You took care of the Steel Garrote before they could cause any serious damage. We're keeping the sentries on high alert, but there's been no sign of a second wave yet. You warned me something like this might happen. At least we had time to brace for it.
No doubt your Inquisitor is aware of what happened here. You've made a powerful enemy.
At least now, you can prepare for the consequences. As for us, we're still standing.
Good side too.
But our enemies
you know
have
what I'm
little
saying?
patience
You know what
for
I'm
faith.
saying?
We agree on one thing. The Steel Garrote have declared war on the living lands.
Call it what you like. This is an invasion of our sovereign territory.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradis. Today marks a notable victory, but we've only bought ourselves time, not salvation. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
Dog, your mom has the Dream
The
Scourge.
very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms, it was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The
Yeah, we
sanctuary
buried his
my
fucking head in the
family
sand.
built was falling apart on my watch. And I wasn't strong enough to bear it. As Jetta was eager to remind me. You must understand. My mother has the Dream Scourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover, but her mind grew as blighted as her lands. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Giada.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness, but I will do everything in my power to make this right.
Yeah, dude. You
Whatever
are
you have to say,
incompetent as a
I'm
leader.
ready to hear
Like,
it.
that's it. You buried your fucking head in the sand. God, we look so cool, though. Look at us. We look dope. Take a screenshot. All right.
Giada, is it true?
I'm afraid so. Even if we pooled our efforts, we're no match for the power bearing down on us.
Then our worst fears are confirmed. We're defenseless, unequipped, and backed into a corner.
We can't remain in Emerald Stair.
But we can return someday. Rebuild your father's legacy. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradise.
Enemy shadows are risking shrewd, but risk, yeah.
What has gotten into you?
As long as we are animancers, the adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn, we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. I think going to Paradise is a fucking stupid decision.
Thirdborn's full of hardy types. Lots of former soldiers and mercenaries. A rough bunch, but good to have at your back. It's also farther from the Steel Garrote's base of operations. That's where I'd make my stand.
Yeah, I agree.
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradise is more secure, but it would mean living under a Diran rule. I don't like our options, but that shouldn't stop us from committing to one.
Yeah,
We'll
Thirdborn,
be proud
100%.
to lend our strength to theirs, as animancers and as fellow expatriates.
I have my misgivings, but you helped my father leave the Republics. I trust you to help us again. What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Oh, I do.
Yardsley? Don't tell me you are getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akitan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
I do.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling.
I know somebody who also calls them the Akita.
To make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Naku Kubel, which is in Shatterscarp. So we've got to get there now. Though the city was saved, my research wasn't, which means the Steel Garrote knows just as much as we do. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too. Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman. I would be surprised if your journey were that uncomplicated, but stranger things have happened.
For what it's worth, I vouch for Yardsley. She's a good friend and a bad influence. Right now, we could use both.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp. It's guarded by some of our best rangers. I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the gods protect you, envoy.
Exploring the living lands with a friend. What more could I ask for?
Back to Shatterscarp, then.
Alright, where are we going? Where are we going? What the hell? Oh. Nope, nothing in that yet. What? Oh, there. Okay. So we gotta go up there somewhere? Fuck it. Ah, she now has a place by the fire. God, everybody wants to. Holy shit. Alright, hold on. Hold. What you got? Iron chunks. Petrified wood branch. Blackwood branch. Leather. Cave coral. Corrupted Adra. Ooh, we can level up the gun. We won't level up the gun just yet. What's this do? 20% damage against vessels. Power takes to a moderate stun. Interesting.
I knew the steel.
Never gonna use it. Break it down.
No one ever plans anything nice in a hidden war camp, do they?
This isn't over, you know. Emerald Stair was just the beginning.
Ominous portents of doom. Need more of those for sure. Envoy, it's clear that no matter what happened, these people couldn't stay in Fior. Just not sure you did the right thing. These people won't survive long in a place like Thirdborn. That they are. I'm honestly surprised they survived out here this long. Who knows? Labs and machines? Yeah. Aren't my area of expertise. Maybe they're easier to build than I think. Right. Changing this. You too.
Alright. Hold on. Do a quick bathroom break. The session's been going longer than I thought. Be right back.
I hope the
Marius has more to say.
Envoy? Gods, I can't believe what's happening around here. Fjord was attacked when we weren't looking. It's a miracle it's still there. Right. I guess we did. Wish we could have done more. At least that's one more town the Steel Garrote failed to burn to the ground. That's something. Right, changing this up. Until next time.
Good. Okay, wait.
We should talk. What happened to Fior Mesiverno could have been worse. A lot worse. But that doesn't mean the Living Lands is safe. If anything, it's more dangerous by far. And in my case, it's inevitable. No matter where Animancers go, someone is always trying to kill us. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. I doubt they know the meaning of the word. They seem a little out of touch. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach. Even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dream Scourge. And I couldn't save my people.
I don't know
How
that,
do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? Don't take this the wrong way. But you weren't raised by Animancers. Their ambition destroyed our family. Now it falls to me to find meaning in my parents' sacrifice. And I don't know if I can. I have some pondering to do. Let me know if there's anything else.
What I was gonna say was I don't know that Sapadal doesn't know what animancy is, because godless ruins tend to have like machinery in them, right? Even those areas that like nobody has been in hundreds of years had machinery in it, you know? So it makes me think that maybe the godless are more advanced than we think.
Sending my people to Thirdborn. It's a good arrangement. They get a roof over their heads. The city gets Animancers, and everyone gets along. For once. We should try to harness that goodwill, or replicate it, like an energy source. On the other hand, maybe not. Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. And yet you were here when others would have looked away. Despite everything that happened, it means a lot.
Oh.
For me? I don't know what to say except thank you again. From the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of my kin. Well, onward to better things. If you need anything, I'll tell you.
We're leaving Emerald Stair. I don't need to know anything about Emerald Stair. Too late for all that.
Mari. Did I examine your soul?
Oh, no. You'll use none of that spooky soul business on me.
But I promised to be gentle.
What are you even looking for?
Nothing. Anything. I'm sure I'll know when I find it.
And so will the rest of us.
Don't you trust me?
You? Sure. It's all the animancy I have trust problems with.
I'll try not to take that personally. Suit yourself.
I can make 6 cheese wedges. Cook all this meat real quick. Boom. There we go. Let's do us a bunch of stew. Yeah, 62 stews, that'll do it. Alright, generally in this direction. For 200 units of measurement. More shadows?
Show me what you got. Coming from your right.
Wait a minute, I've been here before.
What are y'all doing back?
That's done? Who's hungry?
Wait a minute. We never found the fucking strangled Audra still. Ah, fuck. That'll be a problem for next time.
Come closer. I'd like a word.
I bet you would.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one Adiran to another. The Inquisitor warned me about this rebellious temperament of yours.
Oh, shut up.
You interfered in our plans. Take it from me, Inquisitor Ludwig isn't at all pleased. In that case, maybe it's not too late to make amends.
You lost the fight for Emerald Stair, and now you ask for peace? Don't make me laugh.
Hear me out. That's all I ask. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head, and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our soldiers were poised to attack Fior Messiverno. If you had been made aware, you would not have interfered. My intentions, exactly. You might not want to admit it, but Fior Messiverno is a settlement in decline. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. What exactly do you think you saved?
My home, which you have no right to condemn.
You've done nothing but condemn it. Shouting matches with the governor, open defiance.
I fight for my home because I cherish it, you shit-eating worm. Because I want us to survive.
Then I hope you enjoy the consequences of your actions. Fior Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Do you care about the stability of the island? Then judge it harshly. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes. And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you, but don't get in our way a second time. It won't end well. You know I can't make that promise. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
Word travels fast.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. That's a matter of perspective. Ludwig is keeping her dark impulses in check. It could have been far, far messier. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances.
Yeah. Hey, check it out.
You know, there's a depraved part of me that was hoping you'd make this.
Let's make this a
Sorry it'll be over so quick.
Sorry, baby girl. Taking that fucking cake. Where's your fucking healer?
Nicely done!
Look up, envoy.
Missed. Where's that?
Who's ready for more?
I mean, I don't know why she thought that was going to go any differently than it did. Homegirl rolled up, killed these fucking innocent people, and taunted me about it. Like, sorry, I'm gonna kill you. Death Knight gloves. Aha. Okay. Interesting.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention why the Steel Garrote attacked my fucking home. Then we had better prepare to fight back. We were lucky this time.
Indeed.
My people will be on high alert, but that doesn't mean we're safe. The Steel Garrote are hunting anyone who doesn't conform to their vision of the living lands. Our freedom is on the line.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. We'll find allies in Shatterscarp, if it's anything like I remember. Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back, changed. Their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted. Some confused and disoriented like Belena, others violent like Adelaro.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Right. The garden. Sure.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge. Yatsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes we cannot reach.
Oh, because that's a prayer.
Did you get
right?
anything?
Sapadal's a god, so by praying to Sapadal, you can commune with her, right? So. The real garden is the friends you made along the way.
What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was
It's
in
because her
Naku Tadek.
parents made contact with
Take it over
Sapadal, and
nothing.
that's why they got turned into plants. I'm calling that now. That's why the name sounds familiar, is because her parents, they're using the arcane focus or whatever she's using as a weapon now, channeled energy to Sapadal. They made contact with Sapadal, and then that eruption of energy back transformed their whole basement into a garden, right?
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then. Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it.
Thanks. Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. I wanted to say, for all of its imperfections, Fior Messiverno deserves a second chance. Thanks to you, it has one. I won't forget it. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. Just to be safe, we should remain vigilant. Sleep in shifts. Look after each other. Rest
Four
while
people.
you can.
Sleep in a shift's easy.
Our
4
enemies
people.
are organized, but so are we.
3 hours down, 1 hour up, man. That shit's...
We've got a long road ahead.
Cruising. Level up! What we're gonna do, we were gonna get the reload gun while your shit's in your back pocket. What level are we? 15? Oh, we could start doing the increased damage now, though. Darn it! Object damage from your next attack within 5 seconds deals 70%. Oh my god! What the fuck? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Being able to, like, block an arrow back at the fucking person, dude. Oh, dude. That's pretty fucking cool. Increases weapon damage. Oh, dude. A chance by 10%. Damn. I had to respec at some point. A little later. A little respec action. Move some shit around. Because, some of this in here, whoops, I want to do some of this in here, like that right there, looks gnarly, dude. Because I'd be getting hit and then hitting something back. So getting hit, dealing 70% extra damage, not bad. Especially against like some bosses that hit like a truck, you know, that might be very useful. We need to go back and do these, do those quests. We also didn't do the treasure maps in Emerald, whatever. We gotta do that too. You don't have any like actual cool. We're good. Hit the sleep button. Oh, we didn't get to hear about Marius's romantic life. Look at the Shatterscarp art. Looks like a Dr. Seuss desert.
You smell death here.
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just dizzy.
That last fight gouged a hole through our ranks. How many did you lose?
Too many. Not even counting the ones we had to put down because they turned into dream thralls.
I had to put down 3 good men myself. Telling
what
my family.
did this?
That was worse.
To train so much.
Don't talk to me like you're the only one who
We need to find the
understands
person in
harsh.
charge.
I'm going to be facing down a mutiny soon.
You think we want to be here? Think again.
So leave. I can't wait to see the last of you and your people.
And go where? Nothing but death waiting out there. Better we die with honor.
This is where we'll pause. We'll pick it up right here. Looking over the... Ooh, I need to step on that dead body. Looking over the desert land here. I didn't expect it to be a rocky desert like this. I thought it was going to be maybe like a duny desert, like a sandy desert, but this also works. Also, wrong button. Recognize that from the other area where we saw the giant, the bones in the cliff. Interesting stuff. All right, we'll pick it up here next time. I have a feeling a lot's gonna happen, like really quickly, and I don't want to get caught up in something that I don't have time to really enjoy. So we'll pause it here. We'll pick it up next time, and we'll continue our journey and deeper now into the Living Lands. Also, some of y'all might be like, it's not realistic for a desert to exist this close to like a jungle. It totally is. So it happens a lot if we look at a map. Where's the Living Lands map? Yep. What happens a lot is in tropical environments or rainforest environments like this, right? Where you have a mountain range, right? So you see all these mountains on the map, right? Where you have a mountain range, a lot of times storms and water will come from one direction, so they'll come from the east or they'll come from the west, and they get stuck on the mountain range, so they can't get over the mountain range. So one side of the mountain range ends up very, very lush and filled with life, and the other side of the mountain range is very dry and arid and ends up being a desert. You see that with the Rockies, specifically in like Washington State and Oregon, where Washington State and Oregon are super. You get the redwoods, you get these really, really dense forests in the Pacific Northwest, and then literally the other side of those mountains is desert, because the rain and the storms that come over that mountain range, they can't cross over the Rockies, so they get stuck in the Rockies, and the other side of the Rockies is desert. So that's kind of what's going on here, where you have this very lush, right? Even more so in Emerald Stair, where it's like super crazy jungle, and you got like a little jungle here, and then as you get into Shatterscarp, it's desert. Right, and then this is probably the garden. That looks like a poison seed to me. Interesting. Yeah. So anyway, I think we just save the game. But yeah. All right. I'll catch y'all next time.